Okay, this is 3.8b of algebra. So we're going to look at Venn diagrams. This is a Venn diagram down here. And it shows, so in this case, we're talking about 3 different friends who brought different backpacks. So you see them up there. And we want to know which items did they all bring that they have in common. So what item did each person bring that was common between them? So if you look at the yellow circle here, the things right here are the things that only the yellow backpack has. None of the other backpacks have. This part right here is where the yellow and red intersect. They both brought a pan. Right here is where yellow and blue intersect. They don't have anything in common. They don't have anything, or just the blue and the yellow backpack don't have anything in common. If I look in the middle here, this is where blue, red, and yellow all meet. So they all brought water, they all brought a hat, and they all brought a map. So if I look over here, red's the only person that brought rope. Again, we already looked that red and yellow both brought a pan. Over here, red and blue both brought a first aid kit. And then again, in the middle is where they all brought water, a hat, and a map. And blue over here is the only person to have brought a camera. So let's try that with some sets here. These are all in set builder notation, so I'm going to write them in roster form. So A is equal to squiggly bracket X, such that X is one of the first 5 letters in the English alphabet. So A, B, C, D, E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. B is X, such that X is a vowel. So A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y, so sure, we'll just include it. And C is X, such that X is a letter in the word vegetable. So I'm going to try to go through this alphabetically. I've got A, I've got B, no C, no D, I've got E, got a lot of them, but I only need to write it once. Remember, we're lazy with sets. F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V. So there we go. So I'm going to make a Venn diagram. Hopefully I draw this all right. Okay. So I'm going to write this in a different color so that I can cross things out as we go. Well, first let's label. This will be A, B, and C. Okay, so I'm going to first look at, let's just look through A, set A. So set A has an A in it, and every other one also has an A in it. So all of them have an A, so A goes in the middle. Might not have enough room in that middle thing, we'll see. So I'm going to cross off A in each of them. Set A also has a B, and set C also has a B. So that goes in the one that A and C are sharing. So the B goes in there. And I'll cross off my B's. Set A also has a C. Nobody else has a C, so that just goes in A. It has a D. No one else has a D, so a D goes in there. And then has an E, and everyone has an E, so E goes in the middle. So I cross off E in each of them. So now I'm going to move over to set B. I've got I, and that's the only one that has an I, so I goes in there. I've got an O, and no one else has an O. I've got a U, and no one else has a U. And I've got a Y, and no one else has a Y. B's mostly by itself there. And then I'll finish up C. Since those are the only ones left, I know no one shares them, but you can look if you need to. But G, L, and TV, G, L, T, V, all just go in set C. So the letters that they have in common, so the letters that are in all 3 sets are those letters that are in the middle. A and E. Okay, we can also use Venn diagrams to look at the number of elements, the number of things that fit in there. So this is talking about 500 commuters polled, some that drive to work, some that take public transport, and some that do both. We're told that 200 commuters drive to work, and 125 use both types of transportation. So look down here at this Venn diagram. We've got D for driving, and we're told 200 commuters drive to work. Well, that's talking about the whole circle. The whole driving circle is 200. And 125 use both of them. That's the little middle part. So 125 goes in the middle part. And then, so I do 200 minus 125 gives me 75. And that's of people that just drive. And then since we were talking to 500 commuters, I can say, well, this is I know that this all needs to add up to be 500 people. And so I end up getting that P is 300. So right here, this question mark turns into 300. Let's try one on our own here. Okay, of 30 students in student government, 20 are honor students and 9 are officers and honor students. All of the students are officers, honor students, or both. So your options are you can be an officer, you can be an honor student, or you can be both. So I'm going to make my Venn diagram with just 2 circles. So this is if you're an officer. This is if you're an honor student. So in the middle is where it goes both. So we're told that 9 students are officers and honor students. So 9 goes in there. And it says 20 are honor students. So this whole circle here needs to be 20. So if this is 9, this has to be 11. Right? The total number of honor students is 20. So the whole circle needs to be 20. 9 plus 11 is 20. And I know that in the middle, there are 9 students that are officers and honor students. Well, if this whole thing is 20, then I have 10 students left over because I have 30 students that are in total. So then over here, the leftovers must be 10. So I have 10 students that are officers, plus 9 students that are both officers and honor students, and 11 students that are honor students. That's 19 plus 11, which is 30 students in total. And there's your homework.